Well, good morning. We are on our way to Albion, Pennsylvania to pick up some tomatoes for our sauce.
Nice romas.
Yeah, we're going to pick up some romas and get ready to show all of you guys how we make our roasted
Frozen, we freeze it.
roasted Italian
Spaghetti
pasta sauce.
Yeah.
Spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce. But we do it a little bit different than
it's
some
be an
other
adventure,
people.
Huh?
Yeah, it'll be fun. So we'll see you soon.
Lost in the day, floating further away from the anchors that weigh me down. Familiar faces filled with dismay, 'cause the sun rises when it wants. But know your time will come, and there's no use in going alone. Keep your eyes on
Of tomatoes that we got. It was a bushel, so we've gone through quite a bit of it. We've probably got maybe when we pulverize all of this, maybe about 6 or 7 gallon bags of roasted tomato sauce. Dom's cutting all the tomatoes and putting them on the cookie sheet. We have 2 sheets in the oven right now, so we're just going to be getting these ready. This will be our last 2 sheets that we put in the oven for today. We're going to take a break. We've been going since about 6 this morning. We had to take our dog Zoe for her spa day. In fact, while he's cutting those tomatoes,
She's already called it a day.
yeah, Zoe is already calling it a day. She had a spa day today. And hi, Zoe. Hi, Zoe. And there's Miss Zoe. She had her spa day today with her groomer, and she's feeling great, aren't you? Yes. Yes, she's doing really good.
All right.
There she is. Yeah. A lot of people ask me what kind of dog Zoe is, and she's actually a mix. She's got a lot of poodle. She's got some lab in her. She was a rescue that we picked up, and she's got, believe it or not, some German Shepherd and some cattle dog. I thought she had Schnauzer, but I did her DNA, and no Schnauzer. So, she's looking beautiful. Go back to sleep, Zoe. Take your nap. Let's go in and see how Dom's doing here. Looks like he's ready to move on with the next tomato sauce process here. So he's got his spices. What you putting on first, Dom?
First, I'm going to put some salt on there. Nice, generous.
Looks like a tablespoon of salt. Just spread over everything.
Then we're going to go with some pepper. Not as much pepper as salt, but this comes out rather fast. So I'm going to put it on a spoon and do one of these numbers with it.
Looks like it's like maybe a teaspoon of pepper. We'll put the recipe for this in the description of the video so that you guys, if you want to try this at home, this is the easiest way.
Some parsley here.
Parsley, we just eye it up. I would say it's probably
I pour it until I hear my ancestors say, "Enough, my child."
Yeah. But for you guys, probably maybe a tablespoon and a half. of parsley.
A little bit of oregano.
He's using up this oregano from McCormick's, but I also have a jar of oregano there from our herbs in the back. So we haven't had to use those today. And of course we have Dom's basil, which we showed in a previous video. I'm going to link to that video in the end of this video. If you want to see Dom with his basil and his harvest process for that.
Labor of love all the way.
Oh yeah. And Dom's putting in his garlic. Not too much, hon.
No, now this is minced garlic. I buy, we get about 10 pounds of garlic a year. Well, no, maybe every 2 years. And we process it ourselves. You think that's about enough?
No, too much.
Much?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
And the reason I'm putting this little in is because the other ones I put in too much.
Yeah, he put in quite a bit in his previous batches. So we're just going to go a little weak on it. But typically you'd put at least 2 tablespoons of garlic in there. And then he has the olive oil. And again, you're just going to want to put a generous amount of olive oil. Not swimming, but just a good enough amount. Let me kind of get in here and show you what this looks like when it's on the cookie sheet. Then we stir that all up so it's all mixed up real well, and then we put it in a 425 oven, and we put it in there for about 40 minutes. Once it's done, then we pour it into a big bowl. Pull this bowl out so you can see what we got here. And so we have this big bowl that has the tomatoes and the onions, and it's all roasted, cooked up really well. And then we'll put it into the NutriBullet to pulverize it, and then we'll put it in bags and freeze it. And by the time we're done with processing today and maybe part of tomorrow and Monday, we'll probably have at least 8 to 10 gallons of sauce, and we'll use this sauce throughout the winter for our Italian dishes and tomato sauce based dishes, and we'll give some away, we'll give some to friends and things like that. So yeah,
We'll be right back. We'll show you the end product.
Yeah, we'll show you the final product, the pulverizing stage, and the bagging. And then we'll be done for today, and we'll be glad to be done for today because it's quite a process, but it's well worth it. Everybody loves our sauce.
We know everything that's in this.
Yes.
I mean, it's not bought at the stores. There's no additives, preservatives, no garbage. It's tomatoes, it's onions, it's our spices, it's our love.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what feeds our family.
Yeah.
Hi. I want to share a little story with you guys. We just got done watching the video of Lois and I making sauce. I want to tell you why I do that. I remember when I was a young boy here in Ashtabula, my grandmother, my mother, and my aunt used to get together and can tomatoes. And they canned, and one would peel, one would do this, one would do that. I don't even know how many tomatoes they canned or how many quarts of tomatoes they canned. But that's how they made the sauce. You know, every Sunday, after everybody went to church, they'd meet at Grandma's house for spaghetti and meatballs. And pasta brought the family together. The meal brought the family together. And being Italian, it was always spaghetti and meatballs, rigatoni, ravioli, lasagna. It was always something of that nature. But one thing I remember is it was always Grandma's fresh canned tomatoes. And back then, back when my grandmother used to tell us that when she was a kid, that was considered a poor man's meal. You know, they'd go out in the garden, they'd get a couple tomatoes, make some sauce up with the spices and whatever they had. And of course they made their own pasta. They made it fresh with the flour and the eggs. I don't know how to do that. That's something I never learned, and at this point in my life I don't see myself doing that. You know, but now you go to a Italian restaurant and they charge you $30 for a poor man's meal. Just like, you know, the caprese salads and stuff like that. You know, it's all stuff out of the garden. That's why it means so much to me to do that, because of what my grandmother, my mother, my aunt, I mean, I remember they used to just peel tomatoes, canned tomatoes, and they'd get quarts after quarts, and we always had it. You know, it was always there, and it's just wholesome and good.
Lost in the day, floating further away from the anchors that weigh me down. Familiar faces filled with dismay, 'cause the sun rises and it won't. But know your time will come, and there's no use in going alone. Keep your eyes on the horizon, and together we will run. Gone are the days where the colors that fade and the rain stay for far too long. Like trees in the garden, we'll hold fast without parting, 'cause we got everything we want. I know your time will come, and there's no use in going alone. Keep your eyes on the horizon.
All right. Let's go ahead and show you what we accomplished today. And I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bags of this is our roasted tomato, onion, garlic, and herb sauce, tomato sauce. And we'll use this for shells, stuffed shells, lasagna, spaghetti sauce, anywhere where you would use sauce, we will use this for. So, and this was half of what we bought today with our tomatoes. And so we'll have another probably 10 or 12 of these, you know,
if we're lucky,
with our next batch.
Yeah.
So this is what we do. This is our preparation for winter. We don't can. I used to do some canning, but I haven't done canning for a long time. I just found this to be easier and faster, and we'll freeze all of this. We'll give some away to our friends and family. He's saying no, but he's the first one to give it away. He's saying no.
Here's another good point. We have a few tomato plants out front that have some really nice tomatoes on them, but they're still green. In northeastern Ohio, we need a couple weeks of some really nice heat, and they'll red, and we'll have more for that as well, and we'll do the same with them. We'll keep a couple out for some salads, some caprese salads, and some lettuce salads, or whatever you want to call them. But you know, we're going to have a lot of sauce, and like Lois said, we just put it up, and we know what's in it. We know there's no preservatives or nothing like that, and it's good. It's a lot of work, but it's worth every bit of it. So
it really is, yeah. And I'll put the recipe for this in our description, in the description box for this video. And I would just encourage any of you to try this. You know, just try making a batch of it. You don't have to be like us and get a bushel and go overboard and crazy with it like we do.
Start with a pack.
Yeah, start with a pack, or even start with a quart and make one batch of it and try it and see if you like it. Like I said, we love it. It's better than any sauce that you can get from a jar, and it's probably comparable or even cheaper to do it this way. So yeah, and then we're going to go out tonight, and we're actually going out on a quest for garlic because we're almost out of garlic, and Dom minces all of our garlic for a year. So we're going to be going on a trek to
find 10 pounds of garlic.
Yeah, we're going to find 10 pounds of garlic tonight, and then we'll have another video upcoming on how we mince and prepare all of our garlic. We don't buy any garlic. We do not believe in buying garlic that's in jars in water. We do not like that. We don't like the taste, so we prefer to do our own, and we just make it in quart jars and store it in our refrigerator, and then just use it throughout the course of the year.
Some really nice olive oil.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, have a great night. Leave a comment for us if you have questions, or if you try this, or if you have other suggestions. We're open to
try anything.
Yeah, we're open to trying anything. And hit subscribe and like so you can follow along. We here at this channel, we just do a lot about you know, our home and how we prepare different dishes, how we do gardening and hobbies and different projects and some of our travels.
And if there's anything you'd like to see, let us know. I mean, we're not opposed to suggestions for a video either. I mean, if it's something that we can do, we sure will.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. So have a great night. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully you enjoyed this video and you'll try our method of making roasted spaghetti sauce, pasta sauce, tomato sauce. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.